You can hide your flying eyes, and the box is a thin disguise. Hello Ride On people, these are my new Flying Eyes riding sunglasses and readers, and I bought these to help me be able to read my dashboard, my clocks on my bike whilst I'm riding, to cut down glare from bright sunlight, but also to be able to see at distance. I tend to wear glasses for reading, but my eyesight at distance is good. So the glasses themselves come in a nice little pouch, and they come in this nice case with a magnetic lid. Now these particular ones are called the Luzon, L-U-Z or Z-O-N, with non-RX bifocal lenses. And they're in a matte black finish with a gradient mirrored sapphire lens. Now these retail at a not inconsiderable $229. However, by the time you pay shipping at $15, and in my case my local taxes were $18.91, it makes them, to my door at least, $262.91. So not necessarily cheap. However, you can get prescription lenses in them, probably at additional cost obviously. But in terms of my use with them, I'm pretty happy. I quite like the way they look when they're off the bike, so when you stop for lunch and you're walking around, they look quite nice and do cut down a fair amount of glare. They're perfectly fine behind a tinted visor or a clear visor, and the reader aspect to it, the non-RX bifocal, you can get in different strengths, +1, +1.5, +2, etc. And it just means that bottom part, you can probably just picking it up as a kind of little oblong square at the bottom of each side. When you glance down at your dashboard on your bike, the small numerics like miles remaining and stuff, the current time, are that much clearer. And of course, as you look ahead, the lens is basically clear just with the mirrored tint. So what else can I tell you really? They are very, very, very lightweight. These arms, I'm not going to bend them because it's actually mine and I paid real money for these. They're not supplied by Flying Eyes for my delectation. But you can more or less bend these arms back on themselves, so I'm led to believe, and they will still be good. They are very, very, very thin, and the one thing I do like about them is, as you can tell by the tips there, they're very wraparound and they're very, very thin, which means when you wear them underneath the helmet, you don't get the annoying digging in at any one point. You don't get any pressure points, and you don't get, because they weigh nothing, you don't get that heavy weight that can often rub on the top of your ears after 100 miles or so and make you want to get off and throw them on the floor and stamp all over them. Or is that just me? Anyway, I was going to put onto these by Fort9, who is a very famous YouTuber with millions of subscribers. You've probably heard of him, Ryan Fort9, up there in Canada, and he seemed to rate them. And then my friend Eric bought a pair. I tried them on and they fitted like they were custom made for me specifically, and I really liked the the lack of weight and being able to read things close up while see at distance. And I do have a set of clear prescription glasses which work well, but it's not so good on a bright sunny day, and also not so good in terms of just being straight readers when I'm off the bike. They are kind of gradient, which has its pros and cons really. They're not so good at reading, say, a menu at lunchtime, which these are if you sat in the sunshine outside a cafe or something. But the gradient aspect starts higher up, so you can see more of the clock, so it's less intrusive, whereas these you have a more of a specific window to look through. And I find it's a lot easier if you kind of keep your eyes facing straight, or your head facing straight I should say, and point your eyes downwards to see the dials rather than tip your head downwards, in which case you're looking through the centre of them and you're not getting the benefit of the bifocal aspect. So you have to kind of peer down at them a little bit more. You soon get used to it, and you soon get to see what amount of window you've got. It's not quite as much as a fully gradient prescription lens, but it's a good compromise, I would say. And overall, am I happy? Yeah. Do I think $262 is a lot? Yeah, I would have been a bit happier if it was more like 199 bucks to the door, but sunglasses, nice ones are expensive, ones that work are worth the steep asking price. They're better than ones at 200 bucks that don't work. If you get these for $262.91 in my case, and you're happy with them, you'll get some use out of them for a good few years. And if you're somebody like me that actually looks after sunglasses, we don't leave them on the seat to knock off or get scratched and throw them down on the table and stuff, you'll get your money's worth out of them. So that's kind of my little review for Flying Eyes Optics. They're an American company. You can get like a vision insurance claim with them if you have a prescription lens, but these are just straight model loose-on with non-RX bifocal lenses, matte black frames with gradient mirrored sapphire finish, and as I say, you can get them in like plus ones, plus 1.1 and 2, etc. So I would say give them a go and let me know in the comments how you get on. If you prefer to use something else, or you currently use something else and you rate those, please put your details in the comments. I'd love to read about them. Maybe some of my other subscribers would, so that they have a clear choice. All right, have a great day, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.